Hello.
What's the deal, man? What's happening?
Cracking. I'm at the studio today.
I seen Rocky Bed's stream. I seen you in the background
Live.
smoking a blunt or some shit.
I was smoking, I swear, but I don't do that.
Is Rocky still at the studio with you?
Yeah, we're finishing our project tonight.
Okay, all
We'll
right.
probably be in here till like 6, 7 in the morning, but we got all the sessions and then
Yeah, that's a minute.
doing final touches and all that.
What do? Do you drink coffee and shit, or like how do you stay awake through all that?
And I chain smoke cigarettes.
Okay.
And, if there's liquor, I'll drink it at an appropriate pace.
Can't do that. I can't work and drink. I figured that out about myself. And I keep trying it. That's the crazy part. Like I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? If I just drink half a shot slowly, I'll be straight. But then it still doesn't get me right.
Because here's the thing, bro. It's like with me, there's a line where it's like I can have a shot or two, and then I can stop. But if I have 3, then I need 10. Like it's like the point of no return for show. So it's like you just gotta pace it.
Yeah, I feel that. You can't. If I drink, it's a rap. Your video's a rap. So your video's fucked. First question from Blue Rain: would investing in my own home studio at 16 be a good investment?
Yeah, for sure. It's cost effective. At 16, it depends on what you want to do. Like if you want to take it professionally and learn to engineer yourself, you're gonna end up saving over the course of your whole rap career tens of thousands of dollars if your shit gets good enough to mix. So yeah, I mean, like the entry cost, including a computer on the low end with like the programs, it's under $1,000 for all the equipment with the mic and really everything you need. And then you could spend the next 4 years skill building engineering, going to YouTube University and getting it. Yeah, fuck yeah. Like the reason people pay for studio time isn't necessarily like the shit, the equipment. It's more for like the years, the skill set of the engineer. So, and if you do that, then you can do literally exactly what I did, because I started off as a rapper and I was doing that. And then I found a way to make money in this industry, and I ended up being really good at engineering, so I just followed that path. So it can open a lot of doors for you if you want to do that, and you'll save money. So, of course, that's a good idea.
HK been working says, what do you guys think about the Eminem and Nick Cannon beef? To be honest, man, Eminem already beefed with Nick Cannon, so this shit's already past it. Like, this shit's already been through, and they're doing it again for whatever reason, and I just think, like, it's embarrassing on everybody's end. I don't care who started it. I don't care who, whatever it is. It's embarrassing on Eminem's part. It's embarrassing on Nick Cannon's part. It's embarrassing on Suge Knight Jr.'s part. It's embarrassing on 50 Cent's part. It's embarrassing on everybody's part, bro, because Eminem, it's already, bro, your career, like, he had a great career, and now that you're coming to talk to Nick Cannon, bro, like, you feel me? Like, that's just lame, and I don't even know how that even comes about. If somebody told me right now, somebody was beefing with me in the camera world that's like not even a name in the camera world, I would just be like, all right, and then I wouldn't care. You know what I'm saying? Like Nick Cannon, people talk about him, but they don't. It's not in the same stature as like Eminem. Eminem is a whole nother level of shit.
Well, I mean, beyond it, I mean, here's the thing, bro. Is like you don't have to beat Eminem at rapping. Like, first of all, that first song that they dropped, The Invitation, was the most cringe-worthy fucking song of all time. Like even from a song standpoint, like it was a bad song. Like you, especially for a diss, you get 5 people on a diss. Like, so this is what I think Nick Cannon is doing. He's like, here's an opportunity for me to get a lot of clout points. I'm gonna drop didn't he drop 2 disses?
Yeah, so I think so.
So he's the attention is on Nick Cannon right now, and he's getting a lot of attention, so he's using it, because no matter how that song goes, it's still going to get probably 100 million views, if not more.
Facts.
So he's going to make cheese off that. All of his people who are on that song, they're decent rappers or whatever, but all those people on the song, they can get a check off that. He can get a check off that. People are talking about it. I mean, you asked right now. So, like, you don't even have to win against Eminem. Like, this is a good example of, like, how this is not a good or a bad thing. It's just a statement with what clout is, right? Like, the way this shit works, as long as the eyes are on you, you're gonna win, period. Like, no one in Nick Cannon knows he's not a better rapper than Eminem, but he's like, oh, Eminem said something about me, the biggest rapper in the world who still sells out stadiums, so I can get a lot of views off anything. He could have.
It's good strategizing. Yeah, it's definitely good strategizing, just so that you can keep yourself afloat in the industry. But like. Yeah. To acknowledge it on Eminem's end is embarrassing, in my opinion, because he's already on top of the world. So, like, I wouldn't even.
The thing with M, bro, is like he doesn't. He should just like say like be 100% silent, like, because all his people, they're ramped up, and it's like, I mean, Eminem is just above that at this point. Like, he doesn't have shit to prove. Like, I haven't liked Eminem's music for the last probably like 7 years, right? But we're not gonna.
Since Marshall Mathers LP and the Eminem Show, like Eminem Show was the rap for me. After that, it was like, all right, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, he had a few good tracks after that, but overall, it was like it's pretty whack.
Yeah, it was pretty garbage.
He's my favorite rap. He's my favorite rapper, so I'm not even trying to like diss on the dude, but it's facts.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're right. It's just clout points for Nick Cannon. Eminem's just. It's embarrassing that he's even acknowledging this shit. I think he should be a GOAT and just say, like, you, okay, and that's it, and leave it alone.
Yeah,
I would respect him way more. Even with MGK. With MGK, I was like, bro, like, just don't talk to MGK. Don't respond to MGK like that. Even though I'm pretty sure he was doing that for himself, too. Like, I think he was trying to keep himself – Eminem was trying to keep himself relevant. Even then, I was like, bro, if you just shut up and say shit, I would have respected you a billion times more.
I don't know if Eminem needs – I don't know his mindset. Obviously, I don't know him. But, like, Eminem doesn't need to stay relevant. Like, he's – whether you know it or not you, but whether you know everyone, whether you know it or not, like, a majority of his money and his fan base is from overseas. It's from Europe, Australia, like, all those countries. Like, he gets a majority of his views from people out of state. And he's selling out arenas out of state. So,
bro, he sells out arenas in here in Michigan.
No, he does when he does it. But like a majority of his shit right now is like he tours predominantly overseas. Like,
yeah, no, I know.
So all that other shit. So I mean, with the MGK thing, it's like he dropped that song. So I don't know if his mindset is to stay relevant or if he's actually.
It's to stay relevant. You know why? Because when he dropped that Donald Trump track in that garage. That was the wackest track I ever heard, and you could tell he doesn't know shit about what he's talking about.
Yeah,
and he knew Donald Trump. Everybody was using, bro. Donald Trump is being used right now as a media, like it's a media phenomena because you can talk about him every single fucking day. And Eminem knew he had to catch that wave, so he did it. Because Eminem doesn't give a fuck about that politics, man. He never talked. The only politics he cares about is he only cares about the politics that have to do with him. He doesn't give a fuck about the politics. What do you mean?
White America off the Eminem show. That was all about fuck Bush.
Yeah, that's true. But that's another president that like everybody was saying fuck that motherfucker too. So like, I mean, I feel what you're saying. You are right about white America, but like at the same time, it's like every time there's something to talk about that the whole world's talking about, he chimes in, and I feel like he doesn't know anything about what he's talking about.
I think he genuinely is like really like a really left Democratic person. Like I genuinely think like he's political, like he cares. But, like, just because he's an amazing rapper doesn't mean he knows shit about politics. Because I think his political views, at least the way he expresses them in those songs, is kind of like, it's kind of like, 17-year-old kid philosophy.
That's what I'm saying to you. And that's why I'm saying it's all to stay relevant. Because if he actually gave a fuck and knew what he was talking about, he would say shit that actually has substance. But when you listen to these people...
But he doesn't know shit about politics, so he can't. He just
exactly.
He just doesn't have the knowledge base. That's what I think. But
I feel you on that. Let's get to these questions. I know we missed a lot already talking about this bullshit ass Nick Cannon. What do you guys think about Nick Cannon? Who started this shit? HK been working. You started the longest conversation we've ever had on this fucking shit. Man, what the fuck? My IG didn't alert me. Yeah, IG's been acting funny today. I know it was down at 3:00. It all about Mariah. Yeah, Mariah. Okay. How about videographers not sending artists their video after it's done? That shit happens all the time. I do that shit to people all the time on purpose. Not playing. That shit's gonna happen to you. Man, listen, man. Everybody in the industry is an entrepreneur for the most part, unless they have another job or whatever. But generally speaking, even then you're an entrepreneur. But like entrepreneurs, man, you got the lazy ones and you got the hardworking ones. You got the responsible ones and the not responsible ones. You got the ones who are dedicated to the shit and not dedicated to the shit. So you're dealing with one of the dudes that's just not responsible. And that's just how that shit goes. And I've been in that position where I've been a videographer a long time ago where I was like not giving people their shit on time. And it was just because I wasn't responsible. And so that's what you're dealing with right now. There's nothing you can really do about it. If you want to throw them extra cheese, go ahead. But after you throw them extra cheese to get the video, never fuck with them again. Because then they're going to keep trying to do that shit to you.
So I think too, like, I don't know if you're talking about this either, but there are videographers who won't send you the actual song and they'll just put it on their page and not tell you when it drops. I fundamentally don't believe in that personally. I think that's kind of fucked up, because you're buying their service and then they're forcing you to give them 100% exclusive distribution, which I think is giving up too much. So if you're working with a videographer,
that's true.
This is my personal viewpoint on this, and videographers are going to hate
You're fucking up my business, Rose, but go ahead.
Well,
I'm fine.
This is how I feel. I'm going to stand on this.
I'm playing.
If there's a videographer who, ask them before you shoot, can I put this on my own page? If they force you to put it on their page, don't do it. Find a videographer who will let you take your video, because this is just me. If you're paying for a video, you're paying for the edits, you're paying for the service of that. You're not paying because they get paid twice, because they're using your song to build their channel exclusively. I fundamentally just don't believe that. Like,
facts.
And you're giving away too much, because if a song blows up and it goes on their page, unless you register your song first, they're going to get 100% of the views and 100% of the subscribers off your name. So I would just avoid those videographers. There's enough dope videographers that'll let you take the video home. I know a lot of videographers are going to be mad at me, but I honestly feel like they're robbing artists. You're paying for the thing and then they're robbing you after. I think that's fucked up. So.
I agree with you. I can't even argue. I don't do that shit, but I do know a lot of people who do that shit. I don't know if it's totally intentional. I think some of it's just based on the fact that, like, a lot of dudes, they use it as an excuse to drop the video whenever they want. They use it as an excuse to not have to take the extra steps of making the process more fluid. Because that's why I did it when I did do that. I didn't do it with that mindset. It was kind of just like, man, I'm just going to drop it when I got the time to drop it. And if I'm going to upload it when I have the time to upload it. This was years ago, but right. I know where they're coming from. But some people do have that intention that you're speaking of actually, like, trying to get that profit and trying to take complete ownership of the distribution and the profits from the distribution, which there really never really is any. But
right, the way I do shit with videos on with us, it's I'll shoot this. I'm gonna give you the hard copy. It's free to put it on my page, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
But I ask them, do you want it on my page? And most people want it on my page because I have 27,000 subs, right? So
yeah, right.
Most people want it on the page. But if they don't and they want to build their own platform, it's, that's them. And honestly, I think that's a really good route, is to build your own platform. And we talk about this all the time. So, far be it for me to hold you back and take your, portion of your success. You know what I'm saying?
Cholo said, low-key, I'm on BS with sending this dude his video, even though it's a YouTube link. I've been BS, I'm holding back. So, dude, all you have to do is send him the link, Cholo? God damn, boy.
Oh, yeah, shout out G-Mac, bro, by the way. If you're here because of G-Mac.
G-Mac. Yeah,
I appreciate it, because he shouted us out today, so I greatly appreciate G-Mac. I don't know if he's in. Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah,
G-Mac's a G, man. I fuck with G-Mac heavy, bro. I fuck with G-Mac heavy. Even when I first met him, bro, he's the realest dude, bro, from get-go. Like, no bullshit, man. Just straight up authentic motherfucker, and with great music. And that shit funny as fuck. His comedian doesn't even know it. I only force people to put videos on my page when I give them a deal or it's free, for real. Bianca says yes, but if their YouTube has more, YouTube has more subscribers, don't you want it on their page? Yeah, I mean,
it should be discussed.
It should be discussed.
You should have the right, because a lot of people, like, they don't want it on your page because they want to build their own platform. So it should be a conversation. It shouldn't be gun to your head, do it. It should be like, put it on. It should be an option, especially if you're paying for the video. Like bro said, if it's free, if you're shooting a video for free, then yeah, go fuck yourself. It's going on my page because I'm doing free work, so I'm going to get something out of it. But but it should be an option. Now, if someone has 50,000 subs, then yeah, put it on the page. It makes sense. But at some point in your career, you're going to have to drive traffic to your own page. I've seen a lot of people fuck the bag up, fuck pressure up, fuck any buzz they had up, because they don't have full control of their own links. They don't have full control of their own content. And that's the most important. Like Jay-Z, and ownership is the most important thing, and that's across all spectrums. Like, imagine, okay, let me put it to you like this. I'm an engineer, and I'll be like, you record the song with me, but I own your masters, and you pay me $35 an hour. Would y'all be cool with that? Everyone immediately would be like, fuck no. because people have to understand the concept of ownership from the masters, because everyone's been fucked by it now. People haven't been fucked to the degree off that they have with videos, but I guarantee over the next 5 to 10 years, when people start seeing, and it's happening now, when people start seeing like, bro blew up off my shit and I didn't get paid off my own video and I paid him, like that's going to start coming to the forefront. But it's literally the same thing. It's like, if I'm charging you for studio time, I don't own your records. That's crazy. That's crazy.
G-Mac said, so I had a guy beg me to shoot my video. I finally said, yeah, we shoot for about 2-3 hours. Then he says, the payment's $200. Oh, shit. Fuck that motherfucker. God damn. I've never heard some shit like that before. That's some sly shit. That's some lame shit, actually. That's some lame-ass shit at the end of the day, bro. Like, if you're shooting off the love, then it's off the love the whole time. It don't randomly turn into a profit. I would say fuck that dude, for real, for real. Cash had me on
the price, like after.
That's what he's trying to say.
Oh yeah.
He's trying to say that dude was saying he was begging him to shoot the video, like for him, like he was asking G-Mac. He was saying, G-Mac, can I please shoot your next video? Yeah. G-Mac said yes. Then the dude finished the video and he tried to charge G-Mac. What the fuck, bro?
Ooh.
Joshy Boyetta says, cash at me $100 for pictures of Mariah Carey titties. Hell yeah, shit. Hit me up. I think videographers should be able to post it before the artist, though. What about that perspective? Yeah, I mean, listen, it's just what Rose said, man. Rose just wanted the whole thing about it because it's a discussion beforehand. You have to have the discussion either way, man. No matter what, it's professional. You cannot restrict. You can't make restrictive guidelines on how you release shit or do shit when somebody paid you money to make the fucking video for them. It's not your property. That's the whole thing. Like, when you book me for a video, that video is not my property. So it's yours. You pay for it. It's like if you go buy a pair of headphones from a store, that's your headphones. They don't get to tell you when you get to wear them, when you don't. I mean, that's like a terrible example, but it's
for real.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's your fucking shit. You know, one of my inspirations, the great point, L, you the funniest videographer. My baby, appreciate you, bro. Most of the videos on YouTube were free or a deal. Y'all the goats for this live. Y'all dropping jewels, my baby. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
G-Mac, I'm not going to say anything about that. I don't know why you're saying that. The music video industry is so male-dominated. Y'all testosterone fucking up the game, I guess. Okay, I don't know where that came from, but that's cool. I appreciate you. Let me clear up this dude who videos on the BS at the shoot. Wait, we got to get the video on WorldStar. Yes, we do, G-Mac. We got to get that video on WorldStar, baby. Okay, what about doing a double upload? Say I shoot for a G-Mac and wait, so was Tatted Up Cholo the videographer that did that to you, G-Mac? Why Tatted Up Cholo talking about this right now, bro? Tatted Up was like coming back at you. This is a beef inside the fucking first beef inside our life. Listen, man, I don't like double uploads because I feel like all your views should go to one stream. But you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's all different, man. It's just talk to the person. Just have a conversation. Don't make it restrictive. Don't make guidelines for this shit when you book somebody. I know a lot of places that do that, and I agree with Rose. It's your product. You paid for it. You get to do what you want with it. It's 10-year deal man, this is like not even questions. It's people just saying shit. I told you, Rose. This is how you know you made it, bro. When people just say shit that don't even make no sense on your shit. Yeah. When I shoot off the love, I just say, get back to me and from the location. So I told him wait, are you guys talking about each other? G-Mac and Tatted, are you guys talking about each other? Is this a beef between y'all? Because we can settle this right now. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm just, oh my God. Anyway, yeah, my bad, Rose. There was nothing to talk about in that. That's why I was scrolling through it. I wasn't trying to.
It's all good.
There's nothing to talk about in any of that shit, bro. Me and Rose are out here just trying to give advice, and Tatted Up Cholo and G-Mac are starting to beef in this shit. Now, I don't know, bro, but inbox me. Oh, okay, y'all don't know each other. All right, bet. I was about to say, what the fuck's going on in this motherfucker? That's funny as hell, man. But yeah, bro, we're out here, man. Look, me and Rose are trying to answer questions. Anybody has any questions about the entertainment scene, any questions you have, man, it could be anything from a relationship you have with a client, or it could be about missing profits. It could be about how to get more profits, how to build your fan base, how to collaborate with other artists, how to get on features, how to get on shows. We're here to answer any question. So let me get this straight. Y'all suggest just letting the artist upload the video and us videographers not post? Man, you're not listening to anything we're saying, bro.
Look, it's not your property if they paid for it, or it shouldn't be. It shouldn't. You shouldn't own you shouldn't own the rights of the distribution. That's a philosophy. Like, so if they want it on your page, it has to be a discussion. We shoot videos and they go on our page, but we ask them. That's a conversation. It just can't not be a conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, it's to me, it's fucked up. You can't double dip. You know what I mean? So yeah, put it on your page, and if you have a following that makes sense for them to put it on your page, then they're more apt to do it. Or, you know, when you're starting out, you can do discounts for exclusive rights, but you can't just double tap. There has to be some sort of arrangement.
That's all we're saying, bro. You have to have a conversation with the motherfucker because it's your product. So therefore, don't book with somebody that's very restrictive on their guidelines for how they market your video or whatever, because at the end of the day, they could be doing some shit that doesn't benefit you at all. And honestly, man, like a lot of videographers, I've been seeing them lately, they're not even tagging the artists or putting their names in the videos because they're afraid of. Yeah, I know why they're doing it. It's because they don't want other videographers to tap in and try to steal their client. So they're hiding their names.
Well, that's stupid too, because it's like, if you're good enough and you have a good enough price, then you don't have to worry about that.
No, I agree with you, and I understand where it comes from because it happened to me a lot when I was first starting, and I was shooting with people who were new artists, and then I would notice like out of nowhere, like some other videographers would like just randomly go follow that dude, and then they would go like him and try to take him, which I never had a problem with. But that's why people aren't doing it.
Yeah, that's part of the game. So you know what happens?
It's part of the game.
But then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Because then you're not supporting the artist, and then they feel like shit, so they go looking for another videographer.
Exactly, because those artists are also booking you because of your platform. So therefore, at the end of the day, they might not book with you because they're like, man, look, I booked with you because you have 50,000 followers. You didn't put my name on the shit, and I was expecting people to see my name because of your platform. But you didn't put my name on that shit. So therefore, I ain't going to work with you again. It's stupid as fuck, man. People have some stupid-ass marketing strategies in this motherfucker. I'll tell you,
Let me give everyone who's not an artist, like who's on the other side, producers, engineers, videographers, best piece of advice I can give you about insight to artists. All artists want is recognition. That is the game. If you give them recognition, you support them, you shout them out on your stories, you take care of them, even a post, even like I post some of my clients' shit when they shot videos with other people on my page and tag the videographer just to support my artists that fuck with me because they only want recognition. That's the most important thing for an artist. So if you validate that they're working or validate that they're dope and express that, then they're going to lock in with you forever because one, no one really does that. And two, it's a good thing to do when you network and build relationships. Like, you know, when you get to a point where you're confident in what you do, like money comes, you know what I'm saying? On that end, you don't have to worry about the competitive nature if you're delivering a good product and you're nice. You know what I'm saying?
J-Max said, that's how I do. If you shoot my shit for free, I let you keep it on your page and get the views. If I pay, I only want it on my page, especially if I generate 50 to 100K each video. So yeah, I mean that's another outlook on it too, man. Like you feel me? Like free versus pay for. There's different outlooks. So it's just listen. At the end of the day, none of this shit really matters. All that matters, what Rose is saying initially, is you have to have that communication with the videographer, and if you don't have that type of communication with them, move on because you don't want to be restricted. Do you guys have two videos out there, like one on the artist page and one on your own? Yeah, it splits the traffic. I never like that. I always hate when people bring that up to me, like when they say, yo, I posted on my page, you posted on your page. I'm like, bro, we're going to split the views. That doesn't do anybody any good, bro.
I disagree with that because, because it's like this, right? You put it on one page. This is what I tell people to do. I have 27,000 subscribers. You're the artist. You have, let's say, 100 subscribers. Put it on your page first, okay? You're going to generate whatever you generate promoting it, but promote your own link, okay? That's the whole point. Promote your own link. My 27,000 subs, I'll post it on my page, and it's going to do an additional, not splitting the views, it's going to do an additional amount of views. You got to total up the views. People think it's splitting views. It's not. If you get 1,000 on your page and you get 2,000 on my page, you wouldn't have gotten 3,000 on your page. You're getting 2,000 from my traffic source, and you're getting 1,000 from my traffic source, and then both of those funnel into your stream, funnel into your shit. But whatever it does on my page, don't pay for promotion on my link. Then you can take Instagram ads, and you
I agree and I disagree. I mean, I know what you're saying as far as because without your side and without his side, it wouldn't have added up to what it's at. But you're forgetting also that if they both just promoted it to the same link, it would have done that. But not only that, though, bro, your video doesn't get recommended as much if the views are split like that because if the more views and the more comments and the more engagement one of the posts has, the more likely it's going to get recommended. So if you split if you split that shit in half now, half the people are commenting on one, half the people are commenting on another. Neither one of those bitches are going to get recommended. Because if one video has 50 comments on it, it's going to get recommended more than if it was 25 and 25.
If you're just starting out, the numbers are so low that doesn't come into play.
Yeah.
If you're T-Mac or Rocky, you know what I'm saying? That matters.
Right.
That super matters. But if you're starting out, you need as much traffic as you possibly can. And what you really should be doing is funneling it into your Instagram or funneling it into a source that you control at the end of the day. So, you know, if you put a video out on my page and you have your iTunes link, you're running traffic from my YouTube page into your iTunes. And if you claim the song, you're getting the monetization money off my channel. So
I agree. Yeah, if you're talking about lower scale, on the lower scale, I agree with that 100%. The numbers don't matter as long as it's all funneling into the same channel. You're good. I mean, same person's page. You're good.
Right.
But yeah, definitely not if it's going to be like, now, if it's a higher scale.
You can argue that those two philosophies are both valid. But if you put it on someone else, this is what I'll always say though. If you put it on my page and it's exclusive on that page, if you pay for promotion, it withholds you from paying for promote. It doesn't withhold you, but you get less of a benefit. Let's say you exclusively put your shit on my page, okay? And it does, let's say 10,000, and it caps at 10,000. The only way to get it past 10,000 is for paying for advertisements, paying for shout outs, okay? So it's coming in, you're getting the attention, but I'm growing from it. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but if you put it on your own page and it got 5,000 and you paid for ads, and you hit 20,000, then you get the 20,000 on your own page because you paid for the link. It kind of stops you. It kind of stops you from. It doesn't stop you, but it kind of there's a negative reinforcement to continuously promoting the records. You understand
Right.
what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kind of like a little, but always pay for your own link. Always put it on your own page. And again, this is arguable. We can get into this and that, but at the end of the day, your first 5 years, it's all about attention anyway. Like, don't worry about the money for real. But if you want to talk like strategy, it's better to put it on your own page because you build your own page. 1,000 subscribers on your own page is better than 100,000 on someone else's.
Facts. Denise says, I had a couple people resist any sort of networking. Maybe it was a tactic to protect their own clientele. Being competitive is one thing, but it's another to purposely set those up for failure. You got to realize this is the type of industry. And it's always been the type of industry that's cutthroat because, like I said, and I told you this before, here you're dealing, when you talk about Detroit or you're talking about any music scene, really, the percent chances of succeeding are so fucking low. It's so fucking hard to succeed at the rate that people want to, that it's cutthroat. And so, therefore, everybody's chopping each other's heads off to get where they need. Not everybody, but most people are chopping each other's heads off to get where they need to be. So I never take it personally. I always looked at it as like, I understand, especially because people starved and now their only opportunity is this. So they're gonna fight their way through anybody to get what they really want from this shit.
Right.
So for us, I wasn't born in the way other people were born, where they had I had a lot of opportunities growing up. I had a lot of resources available growing up. So for me, I can't speak on it like that. So you got to realize that people will fight to the death for whatever they want in this bitch because you don't know where they came from. You don't know where the people who are killing each other for this shit came from. They're coming from a place where this is the only thing they got. And so when they sniff out that somebody has other opportunities in their lives and that this isn't the only opportunity for them, then they're going to cut you the fuck out quickly. You're going to get cut out really quick. That's why you don't got to pay attention to none of that shit. And you just got to do your own thing and kind of just find a way to maneuver through it. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of the game. That's all I can really say about it. It's part of the game.
And I will say, look at what me and Kid L are doing right now, though. Collaboration is much more beneficial than competition. I have a studio. I'm not afraid of people stealing my clients because I know that my price is really good for what I put out, and we do really good customer service, right? Right now, I'm at a point where I'm in a transitionary period, so I've been kind of fucking up a little bit. But
you've been fucking up, right?
Yeah, I'm a piece of shit.
I'm fine.
But at the end of the day, I'm gonna collaborate before I compete. And then if it becomes war, then yeah, I'm gonna go to war because it is cutthroat. I'm trying to get as much money as humanly possible. But in a perfect world, everyone who owns a studio, for example, we can all eat. There are 100 artists per every studio, if not double, triple that. So no one's out here losing money, and they're not losing money because of the competition. If you're losing money out here, there's so many artists, it's because you suck ass. That's how, for real, you're fucking up. If you're losing, if people are leaving you, you're trash, which means you need to look introspectively and understand it's not bro's fault down the street who stole my client. It's my fault that he was able to convert my client to his.
Yeah, unless your client was a hoe. I mean, you feel me? But yeah, for the most part, you're right. Like, for the most part, if you really have a great relationship with an artist, then there is no reason for them to leave. I would never leave somebody that I fuck with so heavy for somebody else unless I wasn't happy with where I was at. Even if the opportunity might be a little bit bigger, and I've had those opportunities come to me where it's like, okay, I could go do this work with this person, but you know what I'm saying, like, I'm too loyal for the people I've already been associated with, so I'm not gonna dip. And plus, I fuck with the people that I fuck with already so much, and they do a great job that I don't need to leave. So therefore, like Rose just said, you're fucking up. Not you, Denisa, but like, if it's not working out for you, then you're not doing something right. But also, in your perspective, knowing where you come from, you just got to remember that it's hard to establish yourself here, and it's hard to gain that respect. This doesn't happen overnight. It takes a long time, a lot of bullshit before you can get to the point where people give you that key, that access, that respect. So you just gotta be patient and keep pushing through until something comes up for you.
DM me after this live, Para.
So I shot a video for my mans, and it was about an investment deal. I told him for the jump I don't want it on a specific media platform that I don't fuck with, and he said that was cool. While it was just in Atlanta, he told me he was gonna go with that platform. I don't mess with this platform at all, and he knows this. If he goes through with this, should I cut the bit? No, I don't cut no business ties, man. Bro, even over this past weekend, I've been over some bullshit with people that I fuck with heavy. And, you know, in retrospect, cutting ties is never a good thing. It's never a good thing to cut ties. I feel like at the end of the day, what you should do is just communicate that, you know, first of all, don't set no rules up for people like that. You feel me? Like, I don't like those rules. I don't like, oh, you don't fuck with that person, or don't fuck with that person. You feel me, bro? It's not worth it. You know, I talked to Kiefer Khan last night. Kiefer Khan directs a lot of like T Grizzlies videos, and like he works with Jerry PhD a lot. And he gave me some really great advice. He said to me, look, man, if you really want to succeed in this business and make money in this business, don't make no goddamn enemies. He said, like, keep your emotions separate from the business always. The people who are getting fucked up in this game are the people who are paying attention to the little details like that. The little details of like, oh, don't fuck with that person. Oh, don't fuck with that person. Those are the people who are really fucking up and setting themselves up for failure. So don't set your client up on some rules about where they can drop or where they can't drop. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's childish. I'm not calling you a child, but it's childish to think like that. It's something you got to get out of your brain, bro. You got to get rid of that thought process. You got to, bro. Yeah. This isn't the type of shit where you want to lose people because of some ego. If you put your ego in business, especially in Detroit, bro, it's going to bite you in the ass. It's been me in the ass. It's been a lot of people I know in the ass, bro. You don't want to be involved with that shit. Trust me, I'm baby.
Look, this is the best advice, too, I can give you. Tell them how much you charge for the job. Do that job. You're done.
Exactly.
Everything past that, it's on them. You know, you're providing a service. Whether you have enemies or beef or whoever with whatever, you know, if he takes your video and he puts it on your worst enemy's page who fucked your mom and your sister at the same time, and he put it on your page, then, you know, you're going to have to separate the fact that bro fucked your mom and your sister from the fact that he just gave you $300. Because you can't have both. Or you're going to lose money. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man. If you really want this shit, you're not gonna let any of that bullshit get in the way, bro.
And it is a struggle. You know, especially when you start out and you come in the game. Because I've had my studio for like 3 years. I was a professional engineer about a year, 2 years prior to that. And every year I get it gets a lot easier at cutting out my personal shit with the business shit. It's not an overnight thing. It's something that needs to be worked on. I've felt like that before, but just understand that it's a road that leads to being broke as fuck. You know, like, it's just, you know.
I think we skipped a question. CMB imaging. I think we skipped this, like really skipped this. My first artist is my barber, and to be honest, if I hadn't had this relationship with him, I wouldn't be where I'm at. All about the relationships. Wait, you said something else though. Where'd that go? My bad. Hold up. You said something before that. Hold up. I got you. Oh, I feel like as a female music video director stepping onto the scene, it'll be really hard for me. And I know it's not always about the gender, but come on. You think a dude's going to be all right with... No, trust me. Listen, if you're cold with it...
Yeah.
you'll be okay. If
Hey,
you're cold, it will work out for you. For real.
No one's happy when clients get taken by someone else. I don't care if you're man, girl, gay, straight, alien, fucking, grasshopper, talking cat. It doesn't matter. Like, if someone takes your clients, no, they're not going to be happy about it, no matter what. But if you're cold, if you're dope, then it becomes an advantage. They're like, she's sweet as fuck, and she's a girl. You know what I'm saying? And then it increases clientele. You have to be a lot more cautious, obviously, because females in a man's world, obviously, they have people who try to manipulate them to fuck, and I see that a lot. So, I mean, that's an added thing. But at the end of the day, same rules apply. Bust your ass, be phenomenal, and it'll work out regardless. And if, like I said, if people can't take you taking their clients, like, don't be afraid of being successful. That sounds like you're afraid to be successful. And if you have a mindset of, like, I can't step on his and his toes, then you're gonna stand on a fucking island with both your feet together, unable to move. You're gonna have to step on some people's toes, period. Like, it's just how it goes. It's all the same circles out here. So you just have to be the best, provide the best product for the best price. And then if they don't like it, they need to step their shit up, or they can go the fuck out of town. Period. That's it.
Denise says, I guess I understood why I was cut off. Wasn't in competition, though, because I gave them opportunities and helped them, but they didn't do the same. Likely for the reason Kid L mentioned. And again, listen, for me, at the end of the day, don't worry about these small incidents, because these things are things you're not even going to think about in like a month. You feel me? This is stuff you got to get through now, because when I was first starting off, there was so much, man, if you knew how much bullshit I had to go through to even get one step ahead on the ladder, like, you wouldn't even believe it. Like, even for Rose, like, you're not gonna just get. Rose was like fucking sweeping floors, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even about that. It's more just about the fact that, like, you're gonna deal with a lot of bullshit, but it's gonna be worth it in the end if you just keep pushing through.
Yeah.
These small incidents don't matter, and that's the thing. People get caught up in it. I've been in incidents recently, and I'm realizing, like, in a month it's not gonna matter. So for me, I'm trying to mature my mindset about this shit, because business will be business. It's always going to be business, and it's never going to change for you.
I look at things. A lot of people. Here's some really good mental advice. A lot of people look at things week to week or day to day, and they harp on the things that happen. I try to do my best to look at things year to year. So if I'm feeling like shit, or some bullshit is happening, or I'm losing money, I think, where was I a year ago? And if I'm farther than I was a year ago than I am now, then everything's fine and it'll work out. Because, and I say this too, bro, like, the flood is always coming. Keep building the boat. If shit is gonna fuck up. But if you stop building the boat, you're gonna drown. You have no other choice but to keep building the fucking boat. And to think that the flood isn't coming is ignorant. Shit's gonna be fucked up. So you're gonna have to you're gonna have to really fight your way in here. But once you get in here, the shit that was hard becomes easy, and then new things that you didn't even know existed become the new horizon of the challenge. It never stops. It gets harder, but all this shit at the beginning is to toughen you up for real shit, because it only gets harder, but it gets harder in a different way. You know what I'm saying? So,
how much free work are you guys still doing? I don't really do any free work. I don't really do any free work. The only thing I did for free recently was somebody passed away, and I made like a flyer. But like, obviously I'm gonna do that. And then when Seal passed away, somebody asked me to do some work for Seal. So I did that for sure, I love. But I haven't done free work in a long time.
I do very, very little free work, if any. I'm just not at that point anymore. But when I started, my free work from engineering came from being an intern in the studio. So I tell this story a lot. I was working 30 hours a weekend at Chili's, and I was at the studio 40 hours Monday through Thursday sweeping the floors. And I did that for, like 8 months to, almost a year before they let me run sessions. So I did all that shit. I put my time in that. So do free work if you haven't put the time in. But once you get enough money where, and enough, your brand is out there enough where you don't have to, then, you can do free work for big artists, but limit it severely. It's a.
Rose, how much to get in your studio to make music?
How much what?
How much is your charge is what he's asking.
I personally charge $50 an hour. My engineers are $35 an hour.
CMB imaging good shit. I've been anxious, but I'm confident enough to do what I got to do, and I know my shit's gonna be tight in due time. Yes, it will be. Just keep fucking working, keep learning, keep working. It'll all work out. Don't matter if you're a girl, no matter if you're a fucking alien. You feel me? Like it's just about how much, like how good you are at it, no matter what. I know some cold ass videographers that are female. It's just, and they're on like a high caliber too. Like people talk about that, and I seen their work. They ain't that good, but because you're a female, you will stand out. Especially like, you know what I'm saying? Like I know if you dress really cool too. It's kind of weird because there's kind of some like popularity. Like at a certain point, I was getting booked just because people wanted to meet me. Like not in that way. Like it was weird. Like people were booking me, and I was like, "What's happening?" Because when I got to the shoot, it was more of like a celebration that I was there versus the video actually even happening. Like, oh, you trying to smoke? You trying to drink? You trying to kick it? I'm like, bitch, like you paid me $500 to come drink and smoke and kick it, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
When I was doing my speeches like every day, I would have clients come in. And we would talk for like 20 minutes in the session, and like, they just wanted to pick my brain for real. So yeah, I mean, you know, once you have a factor that separates you, then it comes a lot easier, whatever that means.
Denise said, but if there was what if their intention wasn't to take your client, the client just preferred the other? What happened to me is, guess they like me. Wait, and the client just preferred the other. I mean, I don't know. It's just
if they like you. I mean, you know, that sounds like they're jealous. I don't know your situation, but if someone picked you over them because you're a nicer person, or you have better customer service, or they feel more comfortable with you, then you know, good for you. Fuck them.
Facts.
And that's it. Like, never feel guilty about your success. Like, not everyone is cut for whatever they're trying to do. You'll get into, especially in rap, I will say, there's a lot of people who are not cut for this shit, and they get mad and jealous when other people are successful. So if anyone who's around you gets angry, and it happens in teams a lot, that's why a lot of teams break up, is everyone is gang until a star actually comes through, and then it's fuck him, he changed.
Yeah, and I mean, I've seen this shit happen. I've seen it happen. It's crazy. And, you know, that's why I'm saying, like, these small incidents, you don't think about them too much. Like, it's crazy because you don't even realize that this is probably going to be the least of all the bullshit you're going to have to deal with, is that incident right there. And that's why I'm telling you, try to just move forward from it, because even from my perspective, like I said, man, this month has been probably the worst month as far as, like, relationships in the game have gone for me. And for me, moving past it is something that's hard. And I know it's hard because I've dealt with a lot of bullshit, and that shit was not hard. So what you're dealing with right now is going to be something you're going to look past and realize what mistakes were made, and you're going to fix them and correct them. But it's not something to even pay attention to too much, too, because you're not doing anything wrong. It's just that your experience is going to help you make things happen the way you want them in the future. It's just you see, if you don't fail like this, how the hell are you going to know how to do it right in the future? Right. So this is just part of that process. You should be happy this shit's happening to you, because it's going to make you understand how to handle it next time by 1,000,000,000 times better, and even more than that. Don't come here. No, that's my baby. Baby Tay's my baby. Baby Tay's he's gang on baby. Baby Tay is a hooper. I think he already late, but he's a hooper. He's for real. But what's the first time recording tips? I've written 100 songs from YouTube, but never recorded.
So recording is a skill set apart from writing. So come in, don't try not to put an expectation on yourself. Have a song that you rehearsed relatively decent, but understand that the act of recording is a whole nother skill set, and you're going to have to spend as much time recording as you have writing. So just get used to it. A lot of clients, when they come in, they're scared of the mic because it's permanent. The songs are generally permanent. You can come back and redo shit, but it's more permanent than just rapping, you know, in your room with YouTube on. So just, you know, it's the same thing as anything. Like, it's a skill set. Come in, get your baseline level of skill. If you're absolutely garbage, good. There's nowhere to go but up. If you're pretty sweet, then good. Like, don't get cocky and keep working. You know, stand in front of the mic and rap, and, you know, just take it like that. Don't be afraid to fuck up, because you know, that's the point of recording, and just
my biggest thing with recording, because I used to rap a little bit, not like Rose did, but I used to rap a little bit, and my thing was always like I was always shy to rap around people.
Oh yeah, getting used to your voice is really good too.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, like rapping around people is always weird to me, because it's like there's a part of insecurity obviously that's gonna come about. It's like, damn, bro, like, am I really about this shit? But once you do about a couple times at the studio, few times, I notice people get way more comfortable. So it's going to take a minute for you. It's not going to happen right away. You're going to fail. Man, my first video shoot, bro, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, bro. Like, I had a camera, and I was just like, all right, I'm just going to aim this bitch and hit record and film me. And the motherfucker that I was recording knew I didn't know what I was doing, but, like, he knew it, so he just kind of let it happen. So your first time doing anything, bro, is going to be lame. It's going to be whack. So just get through it. It's going to work out.
Yeah, don't go in with expectations. Just go in and get your baseline of skill. And then, again, understand it's going to work. And everyone hates their own voice, like Fouye said. So get used to your voice, shake that shit off, and then get your voice, because the voice that you hear in your head is not the same as what it is in real life. But, when you work with real top-level artists, like from years of recording and just cutting a fuckload of songs, they get so comfortable in the booth that, like, it gets to a point where you could say anything, and it's dope. But that's just a comfortability with the actual recording process. So
facts on baby on God. Rose, the beard's coming in nicely, bro.
Yeah, I just haven't been able to go get a haircut, so I'm starting to look a little bit like a terrorist. This is
no, you look like a hipster.
I was thinking about doing like a starfish thing, like this.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
you look like you now we got to take that Jay and Silent Bob photo for real now. And I'm gonna get a yellow long ass wig. Even Gucci hated his voice when bro. Everybody, you feel me, bro? Like the beginning is always the hardest, no matter what the fuck you're doing, because you don't know what you're doing, and you haven't developed nothing, bro. That's why sometimes when like older people start rapping and stuff, they get so confused. Like, oh, I thought I was gonna be sweet. It's like, man, you don't realize you gotta go through that whole process of like literally fucking up tracks, fucking up video shoots, fucking up everything before you get to the point where you're actually good. Nobody's a one-hit goddamn wonder in this shit, man. I remember one time this one dude was rapping. It was an artist that was filming. Rest in peace to him. But I was filming this music video, and I heard his boy in the back talking shit about the dude I was filming as it was happening. He's like, man, I tried that rap shit. That rap shit don't work, man. Like, he was basically saying, like, rap is a thing. Like, you feel me? Like, he didn't look at it as, like, yo, this is something that somebody's trying to, like, evoke their emotion, put out their emotions into the world. He literally looked at it as, like, a job or, like, something to try out. And, like, that shit always tripped me out. The way he said it, it was almost like people think this is something that you just hop into, when it's not. It's something you develop throughout your life.
Well, what he is he's one of those people who he failed, so it must be a problem with everybody. It must be a problem with rap in general, because no one identified his greatness, when in reality he was probably just fucking ass. It's like, bro,
and I can look at him and I knew he couldn't rap, bro. That's how I felt about him. I looked at his face. I was like, you never a rapper,
bro. It's like, just because you're ass doesn't mean everyone else is ass. Keep working at Chrysler, bro. Let the man pursue his dream.
You know what's crazy, Rose? This might be on some bullshit on my end, but I can sometimes look at somebody and can tell if they're really an artist or not. I can literally look. Sometimes I can just look and be like, bro, if you're really about it or not. Like, I can look at somebody and just be like, I can tell. Or like with the way that somebody will talk. Yeah. And I'll be like, I can tell you ain't really an artist. I can tell you really an artist. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. I know a lot of people. It takes a while to get hip to it, but
it's a body language thing. It's a body.
It is everything,
and it's a way of talking, and it's a way, because there's a way that, like, seasoned artists or people who are really stars, they phrase things and talk. You know what I mean? Like, you know what's crazy? I've had artists that I've been working for a year who they started off, and I was like, oh shit, like, I hope he's ready to put the fucking work in, because he's not there yet. And now, like, a year later, they got that little swagger in them. You know what I mean?
You know who?
That's cool to see.
You know who was like that for me was Skilla Baby. Skilla Baby, because I met Skilla Baby before he was, like, officially a rapper, like, officially, like, known for it.
Right.
Because he was at the courts all the time when we were filming. And so, like, I met him when he wasn't rapping. And I just thought, Skilla Baby, what up, skinny ass motherfucker, whatever, bro. But when I went to his birthday party and he was playing his music, I was like, oh shit, he feels like an artist now. Like, he feels like the real deal. Like, it took 4 or 5 years, but, like, he feels like the real deal. Like,
yeah,
it took 4 or 5 years, for real, bro. Like, when I met Skilla, it was 2017. And so, no, sorry, 2017. So, sorry, it's been like 3 years, but, like, I felt it, and you feel me? So
yeah,
that shit is real, man. You gotta sometimes,
bro. Like, if you're ass, that's a really good story of someone working really hard and getting good. Like if you don't start off good, just practice, get better, be self-reflective, try to break down why it's ass, and then eventually you start to get genuine responses. Eventually, you know your shit is hard, and some people are naturally talented. Like a small percentage of people are naturally talented, and they go in the booth for the first time and they cut up. 95% are not, and they got to put the work in. So if you're not that, then just put the work in, and you don't have to be immediately sweet. That's another thing, bro, is like don't let people tell you whatever.
One of my favorite things that my drum instructor taught me is he told me that because I used to ask him how long it would take me to get good at the drums, and he told me a story. He said, I had a kid I was teaching drums, and he was garbage, straight trash, didn't know nothing about drums. He said I trained him for like 3 months. When he left, he still wasn't good. 2 years later, he went to a concert. It was like a crazy ass concert in Detroit. The student was the drummer for the fucking headlining band, and he was ripping the set.
Nice.
And so he went up to him. He said, "Bro, how the fuck did you get good so fast? 2 years ago, you were garbage." He said, "Bro, every single day I put in 4 hours a day. I'm playing on my drums 4 hours a day till today. I didn't take a break not once, except when except when my hearing was hurting me for like a week. I'll take a break." But he's like, other than that, 4 hours a day. Boom, 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 boom. 2 years. So if you're starting late, double your work time, double your workload.
For real.
Triple it, quadruple it. Y'all gotta have the ultimate confidence in yourselves. Even Gucci. Literally, especially when you try to auto-tune for the first time. For sure. I appreciate the feedback. I've done stuff on my phone. Is there any way I can get feedback on the sheer art? And if there's anything to chase? Yeah, of course, man. Me and Rose always looking to give feedback when we got the time for it. So send it through. I know a 40-year-old that just started rapping. He's serious about it too. He's gonna have a hard time. Yeah, he's gonna have a hard time if he doesn't prepare himself.
If he's dope, you know, I'm not a believer in like it's a young man's game. I'm just not. I think that depending on your lane, depending on the style of music you make, depending on how dope you are, there is a possibility to come in the game at 40 years old and just tear shit up. It's possible, but you're gonna have a harder time if you're trying to get the young market. You know what I'm saying? It depends on the kind of music you make, but there's ways around that shit. The odds are against him, but you know he can find his way.
If you're really sweet, the only two ways I see it happening is if you're really fucking good and like people just love you because you're authentic, your genuineness, and you're 40 and they know there's a kid inside of you. That's cool. Or if you're 40 and you let people know you're 40, that's the other cool way to do it.
Like don't be like, "Hello, fellow youths," like.
Yeah, you feel me?
You know
or like, don't try to act like you're 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to act that way. Like, it has to be real.
Yeah.
But unless you're just so gimmicky that like it works, you know, you never know. That's why the entertainment industry is so crazy because you just never know what's gonna work.
Right.
For sure, I've been following him. Do you guys take photos at studio sessions for free? To your artist concerts or shoot them for free? I feel like I go to support them as well as shoot it, but also don't want to always. Do you guys take photos at studio sessions for free and go to your artist concerts and shoot them for free? Is he talking to me or you?
I don't know. I don't know if I 100% on it. Do you guys take photos at studio sessions for? Oh, I don't have anyone to take photos at studio sessions, so we don't offer that service.
Do you take with cell phones if somebody asks you to?
Will I take their picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Just making sure you're not that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like,
excuse me, my name is on the wall. You take the pictures of me.
Oh my God, bro. Listen though, man. Okay, a long time ago, I shot a music video for a rapper named Lil D, and I told his manager to hold the light for me for 1 second because I was like holding all this shit, and I was like in a fucking like a narrow hallway. I was like, bro, could you just hold this light? You know what he said to me? He looks at me. He goes, "Bro, I'm the manager." He said, "I'm the manager." I said, "Bitch." That's what I was like. I said, "Bitch, what up, Kiefer Khan, man? What's the deal with you, baby?" We were just talking about you earlier, man. Did he already dip? He already did. But yeah, man. He literally looked at me. He said, "I'm the manager." I was like, "Bitch, you fucking hold this light for me, goddamn
the fuck out of this light."
Exactly. Does that apply to videos as well? Man, what kind of W workload? Do y'all feel like y'all reached y'all full potential? Hell no, man. What you talking about?
I just started, bro. I'm not even 15% of where I'm gonna be. Period.
I'm like 5%, 10% where I want to be. Not even, man. What the fuck?
Then I'm 4%.
No, I think Rose, at least like, I would say you're probably way more talented at what you do than what I do. So I feel like if somebody had to pick like a roster. Like, okay, I'm gonna pick my cameraman and my studio guy. They pick you over me as far as like who they want on their team. I feel like you're more crafted and more technically inclined with your shit. I feel like with me, I got a lot of shit to catch up on. I feel like I came in this game and I used my content as a way to like expand myself, but I feel like my technical ability needs to be risen to like a way bigger level. At the rate I've been shooting, like how long I've been shooting and how many videos I shoot, I should be way further than that, where I'm at right now. For sure.
I appreciate the compliment. I don't necessarily agree with that, but
yeah, because you're a pussy.
Really, like in 5 years, I'm not even going to be engineering.
Because you said you wanted to manage the shit, but I feel like there's always going to be a part of you, Rose, that's going to still be a part of it. Like as far as the creative process is concerned, I don't think you're going to abandon the creative process.
No, fuck no. That's fun. I think we got like 3 minutes. I can't go another hour or two because I got to get back to it.
I know you got work to do, man. Is what y'all doing your passion for y'all, or is it just for money? Passion and money. Money came from it, so.
Yeah. The trick is to you do what you love to do until you can get paid for it. Like if I was recording all day, every day in my mom's basement before anyone paid me, this is what I would be doing regardless of a job or not. So, yeah.
I like y'all relationship. Y'all want the best for each other. No, I fucking hate Rose.
Yeah.
What is y'all long-term
goal? I pull up on him every time we get off live, and I kick his mailbox over.
He calls me and he's like, "Listen, man, you better get your shit together.
You better not wear blue next time, you blue bitch."
This is turquoise.
Here we fucking go. Here we fucking go.
So you and Rocky can be up till 6 o'clock?
Well, until it's done.
Man, good luck with that shit, bro. I'm happy for you guys.
Oh yeah, I can't. This project is hard as fuck too, by the way.
I know it's gonna come out the dopest then.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
You don't know how to take no goddamn compliment.
No, it's really hard for me to take.
You really don't know. They don't know how to take no. Man, Rose, you could have been bigger than R.J. Lamont because your talent is so high, but you just hide your face from everybody and you hide your ego from everybody. But
my time is coming. My time is coming.
Yeah, your time is coming, but you could have been at your time if you just kept doing those videos on Instagram, man. You could have.
Things are as they should be.
I miss that shit, bro.
Things are as they should be.
Go watch my recent videos of me when I'm talking to the camera, bro. I'm literally walking to Rite Aid. I'm walking to 7-Eleven. I'm in my car.
You stole my whole style.
I did. I stole everything.
You stole my whole style. You're like, Rose isn't doing it. I'm going to do it. Fuck him.
Exactly. I stole that from you. I stole Free Frog from you. I stole Dark Lord Escada from you. Yeah. I'm going to steal that iTunes idea you had.
Yeah.
I'm going to steal everything you tell me. I'm going to steal everything you goddamn tell me.
Yeah, you should.
Anything else we should know as artists? I'll let Rose take the last because I just talked for too
long. Get good at your craft first. When you're good at your craft, start focusing on networking and establishing your network. Have a monthly budget for how much you need to put into the music, and then wash, rinse, repeat. As long as you continue to do that and you're not a dickhead and you work on your craft and you budget your money accordingly, everything's going to work out in due time.
I agree with Rose.
But get a fucking budget. Everyone's out here with no goddamn budget. That shit is crazy to me.
Man, money makes it all work at the end of the day. Unless you're really, really, really fucking creative with how you apply yourself, then it's going to be money oriented. But there's always a way around money. It's just, man, listen, man, if you want it quicker, pay people who know how to do shit better than you know how to do. You're not a cameraman. You're not a fucking sound engineer. You're not a fucking set designer. Get those people together, man, and pay them and just get it over with. Go fucking do Uber. If you can't get a job, go do Uber, man. They hire everybody, bro. They hire you if you drive a tractor, they hire you.